We don't blow trading accounts because we lack confidence. One of the hidden reasons we blow them is because we can't tell the difference between confidence and overconfidence. And if you've been breaking your own rules lately, or increasing size after a win, or taking trades outside your plan, doing things you know you should not do, but you just say, you know what, just this once, this video is for you. Confidence and overconfidence feel identical in your body. They both feel certain, clear, decisive, and calm. That's a trap. Our nervous system doesn't tell us this is calibrated skill or this is ego dressed as skill. It just says this feels right. And we already talked in video 3 about how feelings are unreliable under uncertainty. Trading doesn't reward what feels right. It rewards what is statistically sound. At the beginning of learning, confidence spikes fast. This is known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. When you know a little, you feel like you know a lot because you don't yet understand the depth of what you don't know yet. In trading, this shows up as I figured it out, or this strategy is insane, or why doesn't everyone do this? Early success creates inflated certainty. Then the market humbles you. Losses come, drawdowns happen, rules get tested, confidence gets shaken, and most traders quit in the valley of despair. Real trading confidence is quiet. It sounds like this trade has an edge, or it might lose, and that's fine, or I'll take the next one, or I'm seeing my setup, I'm taking it, and let's just see what happens. Do you notice what's missing? Emotion. There are no excitement, no urgency, no attachment. Of course, it's not that you don't feel any emotion. You do. They are just very tamed, like whispers instead of screams. Real confidence is not loud certainty. It's accepting your statistics. If you truly think in probabilities, you don't need to feel certain. You just need to execute consistently. A very good way to identify overconfidence is that anything you do that increases risk, slightly larger position size, wider stops, skipping confirmation, entering early, or worse, adding to your losers, moving stops because you can't admit you were wrong, or you just won't accept the loss, you won't notice the difference between confidence and overconfidence at first. Because overconfidence can be disguised as feeling of growth. You have a few good accounts, a few good trades or days under your belt, and you now feel that it's time to grow, time to go big. But it's actually not growth, it's risk creep. And we already established in video 7 about the risk is the only thing you control, and if you loosen your grip on risk, bad things starts to happen. Overconfidence always tampers with the one thing you control. Most traders think they break rules because they're emotional after losses. That's only half the truth. The most dangerous moment is after a streak of wins. Your brain releases dopamine, you feel sharp, you feel very synced with the market. Your identity starts to shift from I follow a system to I read the market. That subtle shift destroys consistency because now you're trading your feelings instead of your edge. And Tom Hooger talked about how he got sick of his cycle of feeling low confidence and then having a few wins under his belt and then overly confident and then big losses starts to creep in and then he starts the cycle again. He mentioned that the key to breaking the cycle is self-awareness and a book of horror, kind of like just a journal of all his worst losing traits. True success comes from embracing disciplined loss management and humility, not perfection. And I recommend you read his book, The Best Loser Wins. Professional traders are not confident in outcomes. They are confident in process. They assume that they can be wrong, that this trade might lose, and the next 5 trade might lose as well, and they size accordingly. That's real confidence. It's built on risk management, not ego. They don't try to eliminate uncertainty, they design around it. Just like pilots follow checklists even after 10,000 hours of flight time. Skill doesn't remove structure. It makes structure more important. Now let's talk about you. Maybe you've broken rules, maybe increased size impulsively, or taking revenge trades, or had multiple losses in a row, lost trust in yourself. And that's completely fine. We've all been there. The fact that you know this is good because that means you're aware of the problem. And that's where real growth starts to come in. Here's how you rebuild your confidence the right way, not emotionally, but structurally. The first thing is to cut your size in half, or even more than that. Your aim is to reduce emotional pressure and allow you to execute cleanly and building execution wins over time. Confidence doesn't come from winning trades. It comes from following your rules repeatedly. You need proof that you can trust yourself again, and small risks makes that possible. And for the next 20 trades, don't track your profit. Track whether you followed your rules or not. A simple yes or no. That's it. Score yourself. Let's say 18 out of 20 trades, you did follow your rules. That's amazing. That's real progress. Even if the P&L is flat or a loss, that's fine. The P&L will take care of itself once you have the fundamentals right. This shifts confidence away from outcome and back to behavior, where it actually belongs. Behavioral science helps us with this one. Make breaking your rules harder. So if you want to go on a diet, you don't keep your chocolates in your pantry. You actually keep them in the supermarket. You don't buy them in the first place. So that anytime you have that urge, you will have to get out or walk or drive in order to get that sweet treat. This is what you can do with trading as well, like having a trading checklist that you have to read out loud before trading, or a written max daily loss taped on your screen, or limiting your size, or having the platform that you use limit the size that you can enter, or having a mandatory 5-minute pause after any loss. Overconfidence thrives in speed. Structure slows it down. And remember in video 6, the discipline is not willpower. It's an environment design. Here's something I didn't want to admit to myself. Confidence in trading is connected to confidence outside trading. So if you break your promises to yourself regularly, or skip workouts you planned, or delay difficult situations, or avoid uncomfortable tasks, your brain learns that you don't follow through. That belief leaks into trading. But if you build small habits of sticking to your promises or training consistently, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes, or keeping very small commitments and finishing what you started, do hard things on a weekly or daily basis, over time you build identity level confidence. It's not market based, it's self based. And that's stable. Trading then becomes an extension of who you are, not a test of your worth. You will never feel fully certain in trading. If you're waiting or expecting to feel 100% confident before executing, you'll hesitate forever. Confidence is not certainty, it's the willingness to act despite uncertainty. Overconfidence says, I can't lose, but real confidence says, I can lose and I'll survive it. Only one of those scales up long term. Next time you feel extremely confident before a trade, ask yourself, am I increasing size? Am I skipping a rule? Am I emotionally attached? If yes, that's not confidence, that's ego. Then reduce your size, return to structure, execute cleanly. That's how you will stay in the game for decades. If you've been doubting yourself lately, that's not failure, that's growth. You're moving past the illusion phase. Now you get to build real confidence. Slow, boring, repeatable.